The weather cooled off ever so slightly compared to yesterday. Same with the humidity dropping just a little bit. So ultimately we ended up in the middle 80s earlier this afternoon, going into this evening in the low 80s. Poplar Grove hovering just above the 70s right now. Same for Mount Morris. So a few spots already cooling off a little faster. Should be slightly more comfortable over the rest of this evening. Also still seeing those breezy winds hang around. So keep that in mind if you're going to be out and about this evening. Looking at still some spots like DeKalb gusting at times to 30 miles per hour. We'll have those breezy winds through about sunset. After that, we'll dip down into the 70s with calmer conditions moving in overnight. And in general, we have a cooler night ahead as well. We'll see temperatures down into the mid-60s under a mainly clear sky with those breezy winds eventually calming down before they ramp right back up again right around sunrise. So quiet overnight, and then as that sun starts to come up, look for those winds to ramp back up again. The heat slowly comes back over the next couple days. The heat and humidity don't rise a ton, but by the time we get to Saturday, there's just enough of that to feel like 100 degrees. So be ready for hotter weather as we get into the weekend. Also seeing some isolated storms creeping back in over the next couple days. So first up, we'll track the heat. Again tomorrow, temperatures will be rising back into the 90s. May feel like the middle 90s with the humidity, so not a huge difference with the heat index. Slightly cooler for Friday, and then Saturday's the day where you're going to want to make sure you have lots of water handy and a cool spot to get into, because even though the temperature only gets to 90, it may feel like 100 with the higher humidity. Cooler weather ahead for Sunday. As you look at future track for those isolated storm chances, not a ton developing for Thursday, just a slight chance, possibly just staying off to our southeast. We go into Friday morning, rains in the region, but it may dodge around us. So this is what we mean by isolated showers and storms. Really not seeing much for rain, but as you can see, the chances are out there. I think the best chances will be Friday night and late Saturday. So just keep that in mind as you make your weekend plans. Could see some strong winds and heavy rainfall at times of that added humidity. Once we get to Sunday, though, the temperature is on the way down. Low 80s back in the forecast. We're going to stay there for much next week, so slightly cooler as we round out July. In your most accurate 10-day forecast, we'll continue to hold on to those low 80s for quite some time and may not be back near 90 once we get beyond this weekend for at least a little while. William.
Alex, thank you. Still ahead in sports.